Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Linda Vieira. I'm the delegate for District 9. I'll be leading the march today. Turn off your cell phones, please, and let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To give you an update on Joe, he is at home, and he has services being done for him at home, and he sounded pretty chipper, although he's pretty down. You can imagine after all the things he's gone through in the last couple months. We need to approve the minutes. Do I have a motion? What is this, the correction?
Is District 8, it's coming, is District 8 delegate had resigned, and so he shouldn't even have been here, and it is Christian, not Christine.
Thank you. Are there any other corrections? Okay, it has been moved, and I think second. Okay, yes, there was a second. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Carried. Okay, we now want to welcome Jason to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm up here to kind of give you an update on the Recreation Department. As many of you, or all of you should already know, Dario is no longer here. Can you all hear me okay? Okay. We are currently actively looking for a new Recreation Director, so hopefully we will find a good fit this time. Just a couple things that are going to be going on here shortly over the next month. Evening on the Veranda. I know that it's the first Wednesday of the month. We normally go through September, but we are going to continue till October. So the first Wednesday of October, October 4th, Renee Rosanaro will be out on the veranda. Ice Cream Social, September 11th. We will probably be out on the veranda. Okay, so this coming Monday, we'll be out on the veranda, 2 o'clock. Make sure you come out there, $3 for ice cream. Comedy Night, September 15th. Tickets are still available. It takes place here in the ballroom. They are $15 a person. Make sure you get a ticket. Some great comedians there. One was on guest starred on Friends. One was on has been on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and another one regularly plays at the House of Blues and the MGM Grand. Activities Day, September 23rd. Something a little different this year. It's not in the morning. It's in the afternoon, 1 to 4, in hopes that we can get you guys to patronize the bar that will be open. So 1 to 4 is when the Activities Day will be. If your club or group does want a table and you don't have one yet, please stop by and see Linda to make sure you get on the list. Fall garage sales, first 3 weekends in October, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is a change. That was a change at the recommendation of the Recreation Department, or the Recreation Committee, sorry. What we've seen in the past is by 1 o'clock, you guys are just standing there in your garages talking with people. Nobody's coming by. Why not just put everything away and be done with it at that time? So the board said, let's do it until 1 p.m. Okay. That is the first 3 Saturdays in October. There's a flyer at the front desk here you can pick up that shows which districts are involved with which weekend. 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Yes, it's on there. Mm-hmm. Community shredding. 1 month from yesterday. Friday, October 6th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., $5 for a banker-sized box, so that's roughly 24 by 12 by 12. Make sure you bring it on down here. Again, as for those of you who have partaken in the past, it's pretty much a drive-through service. It's usually Craig out there, and you pull up, and he'll grab your box or whatever you got, and he'll load it in the dump and get it shredded for you. So make sure you check that out. Get in line early. From what I've seen in the past, it lines up pretty good out there before 9 a.m. So. Halloween Dog Parade, it is back, I think, for the 12th year or so. It will be October 28th, 9 a.m. out on the driving range. It is $6 to enter your pet. Registration to do so is October 27th, and we will be limiting it to 50 pets, 50 dogs out there. Finally, Craft Fair, November 3rd and 4th. I know I could talk about this next month, but the only reason I bring it up now is the lottery is September 18th through the 24th. So if you are wanting a table at the Fall Craft Fair, which is a very highly anticipated and very popular event, you will need to put your name into the lottery with a check for $10. It's $10 for the table. Do that between September 18th, September 24th, and then the drawing will take place on September 25th at 9:30 a.m. in the multipurpose room. So you'll need to be present there to pick your table location. With that, any questions? Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, Jason. Next, we have Thomas Anagnostopoulos from, here he comes, Food and Beverage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy September. Just think, we'll be singing Fa La 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 before you know it. It's hard to believe. Where's the year gone? Looking back, we had a wonderful August, lots of events in the restaurant. We're very grateful for the many banquets that we've been doing. We really have increased those and are doing many. I probably had at least 20 events in the month of August, and so we're always grateful for the events as well, and we thank you for the continued support. As we go into September, our luau is sold out. It was sold out after 10 days. We have 300 people attending the event this Saturday. We're very grateful for that. It will be here in the ballroom, and we are excited. We have a show and fire dancers and all kinds of fun stuff going on. We thank Michelle Walters for the contact. Also for that, we will have a beautiful show after the dinner, and then people can transition outside for the music on the patio as well. Friendship Club concert is this Sunday. Again, remember the restaurant does provide a buffet, a dinner buffet. We are closed Sundays, but for concerts the restaurant is open from 4:30 to 6:30 for those attending the concert, and even for those who aren't attending the concert but want to get a bite to eat on a Sunday evening. You are welcome to call the restaurant and make reservations. We're more than happy to take care of you as well. So there is a dinner buffet. It's always very lovely. It includes a dessert. We are excited for the opening of the Sun Lakes, the Sandwedge Bar and Grill. It's opening this coming Monday, 9/11, and we will kick it off with a Monday night football party in that. Lots of things going on. There is a special menu. There'll be some drinks, beer specials and whatnot, and we are excited for everyone to come out and take a look at the new Sandwich Bar and Grill. We do want to remind you that I know I've heard from some that they're thinking now that this is a bar and grill and that they can't do anything else in there. It's just only for the customers to come and thing, and it's not. Remember, the hours for now will be it will operate as a bar and grill on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but there will be availability if anybody wants to have a luncheon or a meeting or something in that room, a dinner event. We will be able to accommodate you, just depending on the day and the time. So please reach out to me, at my office or my phone, or email me, and I'll be more than happy to see if we can arrange something for you. So that room is still available for events. Okay, we do want our residents to know that. With that said, we move into Oktoberfest. We will be having an Oktoberfest party on October 14th. Tickets will go on sale this coming Tuesday at the restaurant Hostess Station. It will be an all-you-can-eat German buffet. It will be $24.95, and it will include a dessert as well. And there will be German music playing in the background, and we'll also have music that evening afterwards for people to stay and dance. It promises to be a fun evening. Chris has planned a beautiful menu. Flyers are being posted as we speak. So we look forward for all of you to come and enjoy that evening here in the ballroom on October 14th. Also, the following week on Friday is our Halloween Monster Ball. That party will be here in the ballroom. It promises to be fun. We will have, we encourage costumes, but you're not obligated to wear one, but we would like people to come in costume, and there will be prizes for the best costume. And we will be offering a lovely, spooky, as we call it, appetizer buffet. So it'll be a heavy appetizer buffet for those that want to come in and have a little bite to eat, stay and dance, and have a good time. Again, tickets will be on sale for that buffet at the restaurant starting on September 19th. So again, the following week, tickets will go on sale for the Monster Ball at the restaurant. The buffet will be $17.95. And again, it's a one-time buffet through, but Chris has a lot of fun stuff that will be on there. So people can at least come and get a little something to eat and be able to stay and enjoy the music and the festivities. Also, as we move forward, our Greek night is set for November the 5th, which is on Saturday. And I think I got the 5th, is that correct? Is the 4th? The 4th is a Saturday, pardon me. So it's Saturday, November 4th, and tickets will go on sale for Greek night on Tuesday, September 26th. So it promises to be a fun evening. We have live Greek music, we have Greek folk dances, and the group coming to perform traditional folk dances. Of course, my family will be here as well, and it will be a lovely, lovely evening, again, as we celebrate my heritage and my second year here at Sun Lakes. As we move into November, again, we have the Thanksgiving buffet. Remember, Thanksgiving is on Thursday, November 23rd. We'll be offering our beautiful buffet that day. More details to follow on that. And there will be to-go meals as well planned as we did in the past, Thanksgiving to-go dinners. Those dinners we will be taking orders for, and the meals will be picked up on the day before, which will be on Wednesday the 22nd. Again, more to follow with that. We roll into December. Just keep in mind that we will be doing, Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday, so we will be offering our brunch that day. We'll be doing a Christmas Eve brunch. And depending on how many tickets we sell, we do have the ballroom as well. So we hope people will come out on Christmas Eve and enjoy the beautiful brunch that the chef offers. It's always a lovely, lovely spread. And again, New Year's Eve will be the following Sunday as we prepare for our New Year's Eve party here in the ballroom. With that said, I don't believe I have anything else to say. Any questions? Yes.
Thomas, if I might have the hours for the Saturday, Sunday, Monday sandwich.
I'll be talking about that during my segment, please.
You don't want us to have hours?
I'm going to give you the hours and everything, give you some further updates.
Okay, thank you. Greek night, how much?
We haven't set the price yet, so it is coming. We'll get it worked out with Chris. He's working on the food cost, but we will get that out. We do have a little bit of time, but yes, we will put that out there. For now, like I said, I have the Oktoberfest and the Monster Ball buffet. Anyone else? Okay, good, thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Next, we have Michelle Walter from the Marketing and Communications Committee.
Good afternoon, delegates. Michelle Walter. So I just want to let you know, I think all of the delegates have this flyer, the Welcome Home. It's on Thursday, September 28th, here in the main ballroom. This is for new homeowners. We meet at 5 o'clock, and it's from 5 to 5:30. You can meet the clubs and groups. Dinner will be at 5:45. I needed to find out if the delegates are still willing to call their new homeowners. Are you still willing to call your new homeowners? Because we've had some problems in the past, Cheryl and I, that some of the homeowners are not being contacted. So we have quite a few new homeowners. So if you're not willing to contact your homeowners, let Cheryl and I know, and we will call them. Hopefully you'll be able to come and participate and have dinner with them. So is everybody still willing to call their homeowners? Yes? Okay. So I want to let you know about this because Cheryl and I just got, I think everybody has gotten who their homeowners are. And I just want to give you a breakdown really quickly. So District 1, for June and July, they had one homeowner. District 2 had nothing in June, 1 in July, nothing in August. District 3 had 4 new for June, 2 for July, 0 for August. District 4 had 4 in June, 6 in July, and 6 in August. So you should have quite a turnout, District 4. District 5 had 4 in June, 7 in July, and 1 in August. 6 had 4 in June, 2 in July, and 0 in August. 7 had 3 in June, 2 in July, and 2 in August. District 8 had 2 in June, 0 in July, 2 in August. District 9 had 1 in June, 2 in July, and 1 in August. District 10 had 1 in June, 3 in July, 1 in August. District 11 had 1 in June, 0 in July, and 1 in August. 12 had 3 in June, 2 in July, and 1 in August. 14 had 2 in June, 2 in July, and 3 in August. 14 had 2 in June, 3 in July, and 1 in August. 16 had 2, 2, and 1. 17 had 2, 1, and 2. 18 had 2, 1, and 1. 19 had 0, 0, and 5. 20 had 2, 0, and 2. 21 had 2, 1, and 3. 22 had 2, 2, and 0. And 23 had 1, 0, and 1. So everybody should be bringing somebody to our welcome home. So I'm hoping that everybody's going to be there. And you'll need to let us know on the flyer. It does say to let us know the week, that Monday before, so we can let Thomas know how many people are going to be here. And then we have to get the bags ready. So if you could please let us know how many how many homeowners you're going to have. And don't forget, it is for you delegates only, no spouses anymore, or your alternate. If you cannot make it, then your alternate is totally invited. Do you have a question on that?
There is no delegate for District 8, so will you and Cheryl be calling those people?
Cheryl and I will take care of that, and then we'll probably have district, depending on how many District 9 has, we'll put them together so they have somebody sitting with them.
I have a backup on mine. I have 3 homeowners from back.
Please
Are
invite
they-
them.
Okay.
Please invite them. This is for anybody that has not been invited. Please invite them. And Cal, you have 2 people, the Hankos and the Chathams. They want to come, so please invite them. Okay, great. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands. If your homeowners have not been invited, please invite them. We don't want them missing out on and getting to know the community and getting to know what's going on here. We will have tables here with different groups and clubs, and they'll be able to go around and talk to them.
Will we receive a list of our new residents so that we can notify them?
So, Jason, how does that work? We get the list. Do they get a list?
So Manny sends that from the administration office, sends that out to the delegates. If you've not received one, please see us after the meeting.
Okay, so everybody should have who their new residents are. Okay, so then the next one thing that we have is, everybody got this. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just want to ask the question because things have changed. So if someone lived here 2 or 3 years ago, and then they come back, and are they not invited?
6 months.
Okay. Okay, right, yeah, thank you.
Linda?
For some of the new delegates, you need to be sure to check the room. Right next to the ladies' restroom, there's a door, it looks like a closet. And in there are printouts, and some people don't check them. So they have the names. It's the printed out version. So be sure to check that every day, or every month.
Okay, then the next one, everybody got this, hop on the shuttle. So we're starting it Monday, September 18th. It departs from Sun Lakes at 10 and noon, and it returns to Sun Lakes at 4 and 6. Each shuttle holds 24 people, and you must sign up at the receptionist desk. We don't want to have 100 people here, and we only have 2 buses. So please make sure that you let if you put it in your newsletter, to let your residents know that it's 24 people at 2 times on that Monday, every Monday.
You don't have to just be a gambler to
No.
enjoy that. You can enjoy spa day or several other opportunities at the Morongo Casino, and if you want to, the tables are there.
Yes, that's true. They're going to be having some food discounts, and they're going to have a welcome gift for the first 2 times when you go there. So, and then I just want
Michelle, can I back up just on that real quick? Just something to add to that. I know Linda, I talked to the committee about this morning. With the Morongo shuttle sign up, you are limited to signing up for that week. Reason being is I don't want one resident to call in and say, oh yeah, I'm going to sign me up for the rest of the year, and then 24 calls into it, the entire year's booked up. So you are only able to sign up for that upcoming week.
Thank you. I forgot to mention that. So just another couple little things I want to let you know, that the marketing committee, I think I've said this before, that we're working on a plan to help market the repair and replenishment fund for new home buyers. So you kind of need to start getting this word out. We're going to be getting the information from our attorney to actually start promoting this so that we can put it on the ballot. So, and I want you to make sure that you understand that this fund is used to repair or replace assets that have either come to the end of their life or have become inoperable. This fund is not used for the general operational expenditures or for capital improvements. So to establish this, we have to change the CC&Rs, and voting is required. So we're working on ideas to get this placed on the ballot so that all of our homeowners are going to vote on this. So we're going to really rely on you delegates to get the word out to your residents that they need to vote on this. It is not going to affect them. We need a 75 approval rate from the entire community. If approved, this could increase our annual HOA by $300,000 to $400,000 a year. There is no cost to existing homeowners. We are not paying for this. It's the new home buyers that are buying. So this assessment has been successfully implemented in other HOA communities, so it works. So we just have to make sure it works for our community. And I'm just going to give you some real quick stats, and then I have one other thing, and then I'm off. The following stats are on the homes in Sun Lakes. 18 homes closed escrow as of 8/31. Prices range from $360,000 to $450,000. Average days on the market is 93.5. 24 homes and 6 condos in escrow as of 8/31. Prices range from $263,000 to $559,000. 24 homes and 3 condos are active or coming, and prices range from $299,000 to $539,000. And my last little one is the Alice in Wonderland Luncheon and Fashion Show. It is Sunday, November 5th. It's $55 per person. Champagne and shopping on the veranda at 10:30. The luncheon and fashion show in the main ballroom at 12 noon. One person from your group, it's going to be a lottery, so one person from your group must be present. So the decorated box will be in the lobby on 9/11, and then we're going to hold the lottery on Thursday, October 10th from 10 to 1. And that's all I have. Any questions? Oh, Linda?
I'm sorry. Michelle, just a quick question. The Repair and Replenishment Fund, are you going to talk to area real estate agents and get their opinion, or are you just going to talk to all of us?
We have someone that is on our marketing committee that is in real estate. So we're going to try and figure out what we need to do to market this and to really make sure that the agents understand what we're doing. And so with the help of FSR, we'll come up with some kind of a plan to make sure that everybody understands what we're trying to do.
Kate Reed, District 20, do we know what that fee is going to be? It's going to be a percentage or?
I don't know as of
I'll-
this moment.
I'll be addressing that later. And Michelle, you covered quite a bit that Bob and I were going to, so it's good. Thank you. But I'll cover more of that later.
That's what marketing's for. Linda?
I just wanted to say that the ballot, the idea of changing the CCNRs is difficult to wrap your head around, but there are 3 good articles in Lifestyles coming up in October that will explain it more fully. And of course, town halls and other meetings are being prepared for everyone to understand.
Correct, yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Next, we have David Keeley.
Thank you again, delegates and staff and master board representatives and Joe Firmino that's probably watching now to make sure that we get it right. So that you that are listening on channel 97, kind of welcome, and it'd be good to have you in the room, but we're glad you're watching. Little segue now from Michelle about a charity event that's going to be in November, on November the 5th. You're going to be hearing more about events like that. You don't have to put down a lot of dates right now, but let me share with you what's going to happen. For the last 3 years, the charity has been evaluating and holding events at different times during the year. It's a very costly process to do everything in 1 week. That's been called Charity Week for a long time. And next year, in 2024, there'll be an event in March, and then there'll be Charity Weekend. That will be in April. The Charity Weekend Summer Kickoff is going to be in the month of June. And these are weekend events, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then in the fall, it's going to be Charity Weekend Fall Specials. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And on the 5th, it's going to kind of finish the year fundraising-wise in terms of the events that we do. And then on the 16th is going to be the distribution to the charities that we'll be supporting this year. So we'll get the money from Michelle from your event in, and it's going to be a very, very good year, again, supporting the charities. You're going to be hearing more about this. We have tested it for several years. It appears to be extremely popular and well received. We shared it with 70 people that have been that were involved in putting on the charity activities this year in June. The response is very, very favorable. So there will be events. You'll be hearing more about it in the future. So I'm not going to burden you to put a bunch of notes down later. You'll be hearing of presentations like what you just heard about the November event. So you're not going to hear from me as much in the future because I'm going to let the people that are running these weekends let you know about their events for those weekends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. I forgot to ask, well, the truth of the matter is that I lost my glasses. So I'm looking out at all of you, and you're all looking double. So I don't know who you are. So when you speak, even if you're asking a question, please state your name and your district. I think that'll help not only me, but the people at home. Okay, next. Next, we have the EPAP report from Candace. Thank you.
Good afternoon, delegates, FSR, and residents. Today I'm going to talk about the information that we accumulated after the Highland fire in our debriefing sessions. We identified that our biggest issue was poor communication between all of the agencies and volunteers that participated. We also realized that many of our EPAP coordinators did not get their radios or did not have knowledge that the fire was even ongoing. Mike Romero of Securitas identified in our meeting that they could have used help with crowd control. There were a number of residents that went to Breckenridge to take pictures. This impeded the fire trucks from getting to the areas where they needed to be to fight the fires. This also would have prevented residents from evacuating if that had become necessary. The corrections that we took for that were that CAL FIRE has agreed to pick up one of our radios should we have another fire and they need to set up a command center here within the area. We will provide them with one of our radios so they can keep us informed. The EPAP has a new computer and we're setting it up. We will be able to send out messages, text messages to the EPAP coordinators. The current cell phone that I have does not do mass messages, so I can't do that. And we also need it to stay open for other people that might be calling in. We are instituting a new activation process for EPAP, and we'll identify that and give that information to the coordinators when we have our drill sessions with them starting next week. We will have a drill October 19th at 10:19 in the morning. I will talk to you more about that next month. So the new process is when we identify that we have an emergency, the executive team activates the EPAP Operations Center. We then will send out text messages to the coordinators letting them know that we have an emergency and that they will need to turn on their radios to communicate with us. Eventually, we will be able to add the district delegates and the HOA management, excuse me, to those text messages, but right now we don't have that capability. We are requesting that all communication during the emergency be through the radio systems and not text messages and not emails. Do you have any questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you, Candace. Next, we have announcements from the Board of Directors.
Bob Walter from the board. The board is still negotiating our contract with First Service Residential, as it has not been renegotiated in over 4 years. We have a consultant, Karen Conlon, who's assisting us with that endeavor, and we anticipate it to be completed this month. We're seeking significant reduction in cost and increase in accountability. The association reserves have been completed, a reserve study with the site visit for the calendar year 2024. As mentioned previously, the board approved the renovation of the Sandwedge, and it will be rebranded and reopened Sandwedge Bar and Grill, but it'll also be still used as a Sandwedge. So it's just not in the evening, it's going to be for breakfast and lunch as well as evening time on the weekends and special events. The budget process has begun. On Monday, September 25th, there will be a public workshop, 2 p.m. here in the main ballroom. Michelle covered most of everything else that we were supposed to do here, but the Morongo Casino shuttle, it's a free shuttle. They come every Monday, and the reason we're having them come on Mondays is because our restaurant is closed. And but be aware of the fact that it's just for our residents, you know, not for people outside of here or guests that do not live here. It's for Sun Lakes Country Club residents, and I think it'll be something popular for the members here. Randy has a few more announcements.
Randy Robbins from the board. The first thing, now I'm going to step on Michelle's toes. Community awareness, next meeting will be October 3rd, so now she doesn't have to get up. Okay, it's too loud. Okay, that better? Alrighty. The next community awareness will be October 3rd from 1 to 3 here in the main ballroom. Representatives from Supervisor Exton Gutierrez's office will be here to address identity theft and scams workshop. There will be a panel of 5, along with the police department, representative of the police department, and Mike Romero from Securitas. So that's the thing for community awareness. Now, back to the repair and replacement replenishment fund. As Michelle covered it, she covered it very well. Our goal is to have it on a December ballot that'll be coming out in December, or it'll be coming out before then for it to be due back in and voted on the 7th, in December. There, as Michelle mentioned, there's no cost to existing homeowners. The structure is going to be, and we're going to have, it looks like we're going to have at our next open session on the 27th, we're going to have the attorney here to do a 30-minute or so presentation during the board meeting. So you'll be able to be sure to tune into that either in person or otherwise. To answer the question about how much it will be equal to 6 months of the assessment. So if it were done this year at $346, we would have collected the $2,076 from everybody, every new homeowner moving in here. And that if, with 200 homes, if we sold 200 homes in the year, that's $415,200 that would go directly to the repair and replacement fund. So that's the basics of that. And Linda, did you have a question?
I'm sorry, I have so many questions. So you are not taking out the spectrum fee? You're going to include that in their 6-month payment? Have you thought about that?
The overall assessment of $346 if it were this year. So yeah, and whatever our amount is that we pay on our bulk cable with Spectrum, it would be included in that as of right now. And as was mentioned, that would be a CC&R change. That's what the election would be about in December.
Now, this is this fee would be in addition to the $950.
Yes, to the $950 social membership fee, this would be in addition to that. Okay. And they will have a certain amount of time, I believe it's between 6 and 9 months that they actually have to pay it. Based on history from our attorney, most people do pay it during escrow. They don't wait and pay it later, but some do. And that would be okay as well. And it'll all be spelled out in the ballot measure.
So we're going to have to work on getting our residents to vote, because people will have to vote. We'll need a 75% response from the community in order to make this happen.
That is correct, yeah.
Considering how poor we've done on other elections, we really need to work on getting our community involved and on board. And that'll be up to us, I guess, the delegates.
It'd be the delegates, also the marketing committee is going to be working on it. As much as we teased Michelle, that is something they're working on. And so she had every right to get up there and talk about it. So, and that's what we're working on. And Kate, did you have another question?
Yeah, as I'm understanding this, we are going to have people who have had no use of facilities or anything else here foot the bill for what we are using as homeowners by charging this fee.
I don't agree with that assessment, my personal opinion. My personal opinion is it is being used for the repair and replacement fund, which will be accruing throughout the year as the years that they live here.
If you don't mind, I'll take the other side of the argument and would
Okay.
argue that those new homeowners are getting benefit to amenities that you who have lived here for 10, 15 years have been paying into there and paid for. They are trying to come a little closer to, hey, I get to use these. I have all these great infrastructure here. I'm going to pay ahead and come a little bit equal to the people who have lived here longer. So you can look at a different argument instead of, and that's the way I look at it. This is kind of getting a little bit of equitable treatment, but I think the biggest thing is you have to look long-term as the costs are going up. Do we say, well, current homeowner, I'm going to have to raise the assessment $30, a large majority of it going to this repair replacement fund, or we can vote to have this replenishment fund, so new homeowners, and I only have to raise the assessments $15. That's what's going to come down to, is really looking at, we have to find a solution for these costs that are increasing, and how we're going to, if we want to desire to have a 70% funded reserve, we're going to have to find a way. And the only way it's coming through is either current homeowners paying it through the assessment, or this option of the repair and replenishment fund. Whew, gotta.
And mind you, there will still be, within your monthly assessment, there will still be a certain amount that's always going to go towards repair and replacement fund, just like it is today. Every homeowner will be paying that, including the new homeowners. Also, one other caveat that we did not mention is if somebody, I'll just look at Linda since I know Linda well, if Linda were to move to another home here and buy a new house, she would not have to pay it. She is a current homeowner already.
Okay, I just had a question on the approval on the CCNR. Is that a 75% participation rate or a 75% approval rate?
I'm going to let Chris explain it better. He does it way better than I do.
75% affirmative through the delegate of the district or through the, within the district, the members voting.
So I agree with this 100%. Let me get this straight. So when I moved in, I paid $950 for a country club fee, they called it in those days, okay?
Social membership.
So this would be considered what, a special assessment? And is there a time featured set on that? Or is it until we decide?
Actually, you're correct. It is treated like a special assessment, but that special assessment is included to new home buyers. And it would be basically why you say it's 6 months worth of assessment, because over time assessments may change. That would continue until another CCNR amendment to take that away. So it would be going forward. And other communities that the board has talked to, legal counsel from those entities have talked about, this is continued, and they're going to continue it into the future for those areas.
I understand that. Another question comes up through a special assessment. They're doing it everywhere now. I mean, I've been hit a couple times on different things. But the question is, are these people going to be able to, if they don't pay cash for their home, are they going to be able to, is it going to be financeable into that, or is it going to be an additional cash payment plus their down payment, plus their escrow fees? So if we looked into that part at all.
They would have, I believe it's is it 9 months or, yeah, so it's up to 9 months they have to pay it.
Pardon?
But it can be rolled into the escrow, or they actually have 9 months to pay it. So if you moved in January 1st, and because like you say, your closing costs, your down payment, blah, 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 they could wait as far as September to actually pay this repair and replenishment fund. And one other clarification with your question on an assessment, Mike, you are correct. It is technically an assessment for every homeowner, but existing homeowners are exempt. It's written very clearly in the, or we haven't seen the absolute final draft, but in one of the drafts that I have seen, it's written very clearly on that.
Okay, because as we know, personal property, and I don't know how this falls into that, cannot be financed in your loan. So if people are going to roll it into their loan, I'm not sure that lenders are open to that.
That's a good question, and we'll check with legal on that.
I want to challenge the spectrum, because Chris, Linda Spalding, I'm sorry, District 19, Chris, you just said that they're paying because, for the amenities that we have here. We have already paid and we're asking them to pay. But they haven't had an amenity of the phone. And I think that could come up as a challenge, and probably should run that by the attorney to make sure you can charge the spectrum fee.
We can, but we don't call out the spectrum fee separate. It's rolled into the assessment.
You know we do.
So I know what you're saying, but it's part of the overall assessments that are approved by the board. So, I mean, that's something we could ask the legal counsel as well.
It's a good question. I think we need to consult with legal on that.
Barbara? Here.
My comment is, I know you're saying that the existing homeowners are not going to pay anything, but if you're getting a brand-new person coming in to buy here, they're going to say, I don't want to pay that, let the homeowner pay it. How are we going to be exempt from are we going to be exempt from paying that?
That would be a transaction that would happen between the buyer and the seller.
I don't think that's going to work. I think we're going to get stuck with a lot of that as sellers.
The goal is to replenish the fund as minimal effect on existing homeowners as possible, and that's the goal. That's all I can state.
We have to remember that if this doesn't pass, we as homeowners who have paid the $950 are going to have to pay to replenish this fund. And so this is one suggestion and one way to accomplish that without us having our dues increased even more.
Yes, and also bear in mind that this has been successfully implemented in many, many other communities, and most of them pay significantly more than the $2,000 that we're paying here. So people, if they want to move here, that's part of the fee. If they want to move here, if they like the amenities, they like the affordability, they like everything that we have, move here. If not, go to another community and pay more, because their fees are higher.
Right.
I have one more
James?
thing.
Bob, I have a question. Excuse me, Jim Nickel, District 3. The $950, is that going into the general fund? It's not going to, as it says, entertainment fee, but is it going into the general fund?
It is currently going to the general fund,
Okay.
and theoretically would continue going to the general fund.
All right, thank you.
I just
Any
have
other
one-
questions?
I do. Mike Voles, District 22. Why have we decided to make it a special assessment causing a vote when we could go to the country club fund, which is already in effect, and just increase that to what we're asking? I'm
You
not
can
clear on
increase the
that.
transfer fee of $950. That will be that fee until the end of time, in perpetuity. Yes, it cannot be changed. This has to be a CCNR change because of its special assessment, because of this process of even how the 950 came into be. It has to be a CCNR amendment, period. Legal counsel has said, and both lawyers have said, the 950 is going to be the 950 in perpetuity, so we can't go back and change that.
Any other questions? Kate?
Just to clear it up for my little pea brain, you said we have to have 75% affirmative. Is that 75% of the people who actually vote, or 75% of the community, or?
The community.
75% of the community.
Of the
So it's a heavy lift from
Yeah.
the membership.
Yeah.
Right. Since we have less than 50% most of the time who vote at our yearly elections, this is very, very important that this is clarified for homeowners.
Is it, if you don't get the approval, is it then just shelved or brought up again later, or
It could be
lower amount?
shelved, it could be brought up. It will impact potentially the 2024 budget because it may increase the assessment to get to the goal of a higher than 70% funding level in the repair and replacement fund. So it could come back, it may fail, we have to see. That's why We're bringing it to the delegates. That's why the marketing committee is going to be out there, the board, staff. We will have, we're trying to get the lawyer who has done this at other communities to come speak at the next board meeting. So we've got, September's going to be a little busy because we've got a lot to do.
And we will also be having at least one other town hall besides when the lawyer speaks, too. Just to let everybody know, and that's why we're bringing it to you, and that's why we're spending the time talking about it with you guys, because you're the ones that are going to get out to your citizens or to your residents, let them know what's going on and the importance of it, whether it's through your newsletter, special flyer that we attach to your newsletters, but that's where the marketing is really going to start kicking in right now.
Okay, well, thank you. Next, we have Chris Mitchell.
I'm going to be very short because I think Michelle handled everything as well on that. Just kidding. Just quickly, September is going to be very busy. We have budget. We have the CCNR amendment. We've just got a lot of items that we're working on at this time, so September will be busy. There is an open workshop on September 25th at 2, Jay? Is it 2 o'clock here? To go over the budget, a workshop for the budget. I just want to circle back, because Linda, I know you want to know the hours for the sandwich. So September 11th, it will open at 4 p.m. At this time, and we're still working on the logistics and everything, but when the sandwich opens that Monday, September 11th at 4, the hours will be breakfast, 8 to 11, Tuesday through Friday, Monday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Now you might ask, why is Saturday and Sunday so long? And the reason is, if you're like me, you watch football. And what Thomas did not tell you, I was hoping he would, but I guess he left that for me, is that we have the Sunday ticket for the NFL. That means you can watch Cleveland Browns games as you wish at the Sandwich, but out-of-market games you can watch in the Sandwich. And that will take up, games start at 10, but you can get there early, start eating, get ready for the game. And then, of course, on Saturday, we have college football, and West Coast teams usually play at 1 or 4, and so we're going to accommodate that. The goal, the board's vision has been to offer the residents an opportunity to see sporting events, have comfortable seating, meaning you're not bumping into everyone, multiple TVs. There will be 5 TVs that are 70-inch TVs, 2 behind the bar, and they're high enough so even Jason standing being a bartender, you'll be able to see the TV above Jason. Again, this is something we haven't done in the past, and we're looking forward to the opportunity for the members to utilize their new Sandwich Bar and Grill. Now, these hours, we will look to expand because in October, we have the baseball playoffs, and we will be looking to publish a calendar of sporting events where you can come down and visit the Sandwich Bar and Grill, watch these sporting events, and there will be a unique menu. I think Thomas dropped hints about that, of a unique menu for the Sandwich Bar and Grill. The items that are on that menu, you will not be able to get in the lounge, in the restaurant, on the veranda, to go. You have to go to the Sandwich Bar and Grill. So it's something that's unique, and we're looking forward to that. Jason and I will be there Monday night. Bob and I will not be there the following Monday night, as that is our 2 teams playing against each other, and we promised to go to our separate corners. But that is the hours at the time. We will be marketing this. We've already had a working group meeting. We'll be talking to the marketing committee as well of laying out these sporting events. We also, though, want to make sure that, as Thomas said, that we leave that room available in case clubs or groups want to utilize it for their events, for banquets. It's a good opportunity for that as well. And so more information will be coming. Hopefully at the next open session, I'll be able to give a report on that as well.
Kate Reed, District 20. What is the capacity of the Sandwich Bar and Grill?
67, or 65? Oh, 75, 75. And what we will do is also, we will be able to open up the restaurant through the door, and we have a 70-inch TV that is on wheels that will be able to be shown in there as well. So there will be overflow. There's a lot of buzz going on. I think Linda Vieira has talked a lot of people into coming that first Monday night to see, and so we're expecting a large crowd. We will be able to have that overflow, and there will be a TV will be in there to watch the game as well in the restaurant. So you can expand that higher than 75.
And we have servers that will be?
Servers and a full bar.
Okay, and Saturday, it's open how late on Saturday?
Till 9 p.m. We're not going to catch
Thank
the
you.
Hawaii game on Saturday. I'm sorry, they
Chris, it has been suggested that since on Monday, the sandwich will be open at 4, Thomas could possibly provide a limited menu for lunch on Monday.
Actually, we're going to be pivoting, and I'll circle back with Thomas. The original business plan that we're working on has the rooms would be available, and it would be a banquet. We're not seeing a lot for the potential people of staying open and waiting for people to come. Instead, on that Monday, we would look to, if your group wants to come in, then we're going to treat it like a banquet, set it up special, and that means I'm committed, because I know how many people are coming to, based on your reservation and your banquet event, you have committed X amount of people. I know how many people then to make sure that are working that time, rather than staffing it up and sitting and waiting for people to come in. Mondays have historically not been good. And
Mondays
so,
have historically been wonderful before you closed on Mondays.
well, the reason that we closed on Mondays is the boards of the past had seen that the numbers were declining, except for Monday night, and that's where we went down that road for the last 2 years. That has shown that it can stand alone as Monday night. But right now, the plan would be that if you wanted to have a lunch or a breakfast banquet, you could do that, schedule it, and that would confirm I'm going to have X amount of sales to warrant that cost of bringing in people earlier.
Okay.
It's kind of pivoting to the numbers. We're looking at cost and revenues, and that's where if I can guarantee X amount of revenue, I will staff it up at that time. And so that's where on that Monday, Thomas will be working with you to set it up like a banquet, to confirm guaranteed how many people I'm going to get.
Okay.
Kate Reed, District 20, sorry to be a pest. I'm wondering if there's going to be a policy for my pet peeve, saving tables.
We are talking about that, and also we are talking to the board on the 13th about enforcement of the rules of outside food and drink, now that we are going back to Mondays, Tuesdays, and so that's going to be coming as well. We will be talking about that. I think in the rules and regulation, there is something talking about the table reservation that they're currently working on, so that will be coming. I take it you're not a fan of holding tables. I'm just kidding, okay. Quickly before because I have Denny said I only have 3 minutes. I know, Denny. Lastly, the management report for July is up on the website. You can also find copies in the library if they're still there, or in the main clubhouse. I've printed out copies. And that completes my report. Jason, you don't have anything? Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we have an announcement from delegates, and I'd like to start off with Joe Formino's congratulations to the Master Board for a great open session meeting on August 23rd. Also, Joe and I had talked about, you know how occasionally things come up that need to be worked on. And we thought maybe it would be a good idea to have subgroups established every once in a while when something comes up. I don't know about the rest of you delegates, but the district delegate duties listed in the handbook are a little bit outdated. And so I'm going to chair a subgroup, and I need 2 or 3 people who would join me 1 or 2 times in this month to go over those duties. Who do I have to volunteer? Thank you, Linda. And what's your name? Cal Martin, District
Cal Martin, District 21.
21? Okay, we can start with District 1. Oh, also, if you look on the agenda, we're encouraging district delegates to tell us about an event or something that's happening in your district that is working, that is very positive, and we'd love to hear you share about it instead of just saying no report, just because you have no complaints.
District 1, Barbara Elmas, no report.
Loretta Kuzar, District 2, and last month we partnered with District 5, and we had a pizza bingo party. Was very well attended. Pardon me?
Your name and district? Oh, for me? I know where I am. Hi, Jim Nickel, District 3. Just a few comments, please. I noticed Dolores isn't here today, and someone had told me she was on vacation, so that's the reason she's not chairing. Okay, I just wanted to be clear on that. The other issue, we have September 19th, I'm hosting an Italian dinner. We'll be using the South Clubhouse with catered food and music. It's one of our quarterly events we have. The other issue I want to bring up is Candace. She was great to reach out to me during our supposedly hurricane weekend, that the EPAP, I am the coordinator as well, they set up the generator in the business room. And I reached out to her that I have some folks that are on oxygen, but they are mobile. So I appreciate that we were prepared and prepared to move these folks. So I think it's a great asset to our community to have that available. Thank you, Candace. Wonderful. And that's all I have to say. The best to everyone.
Dave Miller, District 5. Just to add on something that we had the bingo pizza party with District 2. What we did for our bingo prizes, we had Sun Lakes gift cards. And we're hoping that would bring people in with a little bit of credit in their pocket and spend more money and get to use the facilities. And I think everybody should do that. Thanks.
Jess Ocampo, District 6. We're having a barbecue party and fundraiser on September 20 at the North Club. Thank you.
Fran Hanratty, District 7. And we have breakfast for District 7 the third Thursday of the month at the Sandwich or the restaurant according to availability, and it is well attended. Thank you.
Barbara Ball, District 4. I'm the alternate, replacing Dolores today. She's on vacation. And she did want me to tell you that the Coexisting with Coyotes video that she had done in the South Clubhouse will be on Channel 97 starting tomorrow, Friday, September 8th. So you'll be able to see it on TV. The other thing I wanted to bring up was I had quite a few ladies from my area talk about not receiving the sale/coupon paperwork from the stores. I talked to the Aldi's manager yesterday, and she said a lot of Sun Lakes people are going over there to complain to her that they're not getting them anymore. So I don't know why Sun Lakes was stopped, but there are several of us that really miss not getting those papers. There are quite a few ladies that are on Social Security only and look for sales as to what to buy for the week. So I just wanted to get that out there.
Yep, they were stopped. As you guys know, we've had issues in the past with delivery with them. They were thrown in the middle of the streets or in driveways. They were just left there. Yeah, the drivers coming in here were speeding, not obeying any of our street limit signs, speed signs. So we put a kibosh on it. Well, I reached out to Save, which is the company that puts it all together. What we are going to be doing is we are going to be putting them, or they are going to be putting them in your mailboxes.
Awesome.
So it will be going out through the mail. So nobody will come in here to deliver. It'll be going out in the mail to your mailboxes. They said give them a few weeks to get that started. So I'm hoping within the next couple weeks it'll start on Friday being in your mailbox.
Awesome. One other thing that we have a great artist in our district, Carol Cole, who does abstract painting, and we do a sip and paint at least 3 times a year with her. And it's really a nice project where we get all together and have a glass of wine and try some painting. So it's a lot of fun.
Linda Vieira, District 9. We are a district in need of another district to join us, to let us join them in their holiday festivity. If you have a holiday party planned and you would like to have another district join you, District 9 would like to join you. So please email me or let me know if you have a availability with your district.
Ann Hofert, District 12. I have no comment other than we have partnered in the past with Sip and Paint with Dolores' district, and we do have 3 districts total that we do events with. It's District 8, 18, and 12, which is mine, and we, with District 8 not having delegate, it's been very difficult to get some participation. I have been subbing in for District 8, doing my newsletter, copying them with everything that we've invited them to. So they haven't been forgotten. So I just, we're looking forward to the next event, which now, because Joe is still under the weather, will be Christmas for us. Thank you.
District 14, we had a dinner recently, and it was very, very nice. We have regular events like every other month, and great people that help with doing all the work. I only have to show up, which is nice.
Jeannie Vaughn, District 13. Will there be a schedule of the new sandwich hours that aren't affected by the bar and grill? Those are going to maybe be special times for the most part. So could we have a list of the regular hours for the sandwich, for just breakfast and lunch, either on the website or in a flyer or something?
We'll be updating the website, and then again, as that sporting calendar, I call it, for events that are happening from October to December, that will also go out so that you know to plan your schedule accordingly to visit your Sandwich Bar and Grill.
Okay, because a couple people asked me about, will they still be open for breakfast as usual or whatever? So
Yes, Tuesday through Friday, breakfast is still going to be 8 to 11 beginning September 12th.
Okay. Then as far as functions in our district, pre-COVID, we had a very well-attended pizza ice cream social, and we had to call that off during COVID. And so after COVID, people were still a little gun-shy about getting together in a room. So we had a block party, and we went through got all the approvals and everything, and it was very well attended. We only have 100 people in our district, and we had 60 people show up. So a lot of guests from outside our district too, friends and family, not a lot, but anyway, it was very successful. Even though it almost snowed that afternoon, it was a fun event. And we just served chili and chips in bags, and everything was all enclosed, so people didn't have to pass spoons around and that, so it worked very well. Our next event coming up in a couple weeks will be a pool party. We're having a Mexican fiesta by the pool. And one of our neighbors has a pool in our district, and he's cooking the food, and we're going to see how many people show up, but it's anticipated, so we hope it'll be a good turnout. I'll let you know at the next meeting. Thank you.
Greg Voico, District 16, working on Fill the Cupboard with Banning Senior Center this month, and hope to have more information about how successful it was for you next month.
Nita Cook, District 17. In May, every year, we have a bocce tournament that's very popular, and we always sell that out, and it helps us raise funds for our Christmas family. And then later in the month, we have people who volunteer their time and effort and fish, and they have a fish fry, which is always sold out as well. And so every May, we have those, so look for those, because everybody's invited. Last Sunday, we had a paint party. We painted leaner boards, which, if you don't know what those are, they're 5-foot boards, and you paint them and you lean them against the wall. And then we had wine and snacks, and it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it.
Gladys Burks, alternate delegate for District 18. I think I'm losing my voice. We had a pizza, well, not pizza, Italian dinner, District 18 with District 12 and District 8. But unfortunately, we only had 67 people participate. So it is kind of difficult to get people out, I think, in the evening. So perhaps we should plan something earlier in the day to get more people to participate. Thank you.
Linda Spalding, District 19. First of all, Gladys, if we had 67 people at an event, we'd be thrilled. I'll tell you. I just want to say, I sent this list to Joe late last week, and I just want to bring it up for us to have discussion, not today, but later on. But October 9th, we're supposed to have a workshop. And 19th, you're correct. I think we as delegates should rethink the direction of that workshop and not have it as social event. We have a lot of work to do. And if it's my understanding, if the Taylors are invited, is that now not a closed session? You can answer, because then that would be open to everybody. Courtney and Tim Taylor?
Courtney and Tim Taylor are invited as guests.
That's my
because-
question, Linda, is if they are invited as a guest,
Yes.
then our workshop is not a closed workshop. It's not a closed workshop, which means anybody here can attend our workshop.
I think, I'll have to check with Joe, but I know that he invited Courtney because it's the 20th anniversary.
I understand
In
that.
October.
But then remove the word workshop and it's social event. So the right thing to do is to say it is not a workshop.
Right.
That we're going to have a celebration with
Right.
Courtney and Tim.
Right.
Because they do the lifestyle. So you'll take that up with
Right,
them.
yes, I will.
Some of the items I feel, and only because I've been here for 20 years, think that the delegates should be working on. We strongly need that addendum on the 2024 ballot that a district without a delegate, the chair of the delegate assembly, can vote for that district. I don't know if you have received anything in writing yet from us, and it has to come from us to you to give to Pete to get approval. So this delegate assembly has got to put that together. And should we talk about changing the rule that you can vote with your residents or vote against it? And we've never had this happen before, and it might be a topic for us to talk about. In the workshop, yes. So, and again, and you brought this up, but I did email this to Joe, that it's been over 30 years since we've looked at the CCNRs and the delegate handbook. And we are in the 21st century, and there's a lot of things in there that need to be brought up to date. We sit here and we ask questions, and then we have to wait a month to get an answer. And I think it would help us. If I'm wrong, tell me. But if we had somebody from the code enforcement that could give us guidelines on how to answer our residents' questions, especially with lawns or trees or whatever, then we should be able to do that. And if we have someone from administration on a monthly, change every month, and we could get approval from Chris, then I just think it's something that would be informative for us. The other thing, and it is my last thing that I'm going to say. Thank you for the applause, Randy. So I'm going to say over 10 to 15 years ago, when I was first a delegate, and I'm just going to say this because I just like to, I took over from Michelle Walter because she was busy doing other things, and I think I was only here 6 months or something like that. But when I was a delegate, I was so pleased that the delegate assembly and the master board worked together. We haven't done that in years. For example, like the lounge expansion, that would come to the delegates. Hey, what do you think? Do you agree? You need these delegates sitting here to support you. We represent the residents. I would really, really, really like to see us get back to working closely with you. With that, I will close.
Hard act to follow. Kate Reed, District 20. I wanted to say, first of all, that I did watch the administration update on Facebook, and I found it informative, and I was pleased to have done that. Secondly, I don't know if I missed it, but isn't Senator Ochoa Bogue going to be here September 27th for a town hall? 6:30, yeah. And I clicked on the link, and it takes you to Eventbrite, and you have to sign up, I guess, for tickets. I didn't know that.
You don't
Okay.
need to buy anything. It's just you're putting in your name so that we know how many people potentially.
I know, I was shocked. I said to my husband, this is happening. He said, we should go.
That's right.
I go, he doesn't, so anyway. Thank you.
Cal Martin, District 21. With the unbridled support of these two gentlemen to my left, we're going to try to revitalize night golf sometime probably in the November calendar. More on that to follow. That's with Linda Spalding's help, because she and Dick Spalding have done a wonderful job of preserving everything that was done previously. So if you're dying to go out in the middle of the night and chase around little bright objects that you've struck and try to find them all the way to the hole, we should be able to do that sometime in November, we're hoping. Thank you.
Mike Foles at District 22. That'll be fun as long as they cut down the rough about a foot, and also have coyote people out there to scare them away. Okay? Okay. Yeah, we got golf clubs. District 22 has done an auction, and it's basically things you bring from home. Some of it's not things you sold at your garage sale or things that you have. This year we had probably one of our largest years. We generated over $1,100. Our money goes for the Christmas kids. So it depends on how much we get, how many families or kids we can support, okay? So that, and we try to average about $200 per child. I think our success was because we had an extremely good auctioneer. And I'm not going to tell you who that is right now, because if you want the name and you want to generate a lot of money, I'll give that to you for a price, all right? Anyway, it's a great fundraiser, and it's a lot of fun, and it's laughs and giggles, and it's a good way to generate money. Thank you.
Dan Cosner, District 23. I keep getting remarks about the calendar being removed from the Sun Lakes Life magazine.
I can answer that because I'm the chairman of the Lifestyle Advisory Committee. The calendar was always changed. It was always changing because, like, we had a meeting today to finalize the issue for October. And so many things will happen and change between today and October when you get your lifestyles. And that's why we decided to take it out.
Okay, I've got an answer for them now. Our district still is doing the recycle program, which we collect between $150 and $200 a month. We're doing well on that. And that money is used for our holiday gift program. And we usually spend $500 per family on our program. We also are having a holiday, or not holiday, a Halloween party in October, which the theme will be Halloween, but also our 20th year anniversary for District 23. And we're still getting, I'm still getting a lot of complaints about the unkept yards or yards in the community, not necessarily our district alone. They're still all over, all districts. We do a walk once in a while, my wife and I, and it's amazing how many unkept yards that we run across it. I have no idea what the problem is, but there should be something done about this.
If you're walking around, send me the addresses. I've already had a couple of members provide, even through message to management, about trees that have apples falling on it, and those are in the violation process. So please feel free to reach out. Also, I have some delegates who are reaching out regarding parking, and we are on top of that. Remember, there are some exemptions to parking that allow people to park in their driveway or on the street. So you may see cars in the evening that actually have a valid reason to be out on the street.
We understand that the caretakers. And with that, I have no comment.
Well, thank you very much, delegates. Now we will open it to the community. Please be sure to limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Yes, Linda.
I'm Ajit Desai. I live at Torrey Pines Road. This is to Chris, Randy, and Bob. I'm very glad to see that the idea of replenishment fee is moving towards fruition. So thank you very much for doing that. Just a suggestion, and you may have already thought of it. I heard you say that that money is going to be put in the general funds. But if you put it in the reserve funds, it will immediately start making your reserve ratio look much better. Right now, it's in a poor state. And so maybe, if you haven't thought of it, please consider that.
Yeah, just for clarity, everything through the repair and replacement, replenishment assessment would go to the repair and replacement fund only. Yeah, it was the 950 that, as Chris answered, currently goes to the general fund.
Any other comments from the audience? Cheryl?
Cheryl Chapman from Welcome Home. I didn't realize that all these districts are so active. Not that ours isn't, but I think it's fantastic the work that goes into preparing this. And these new people that will be attending Welcome Home need to be made aware of how many activities there are going on in their district. So I hope you all promote that. Thank you.
David Keeley, and I am in favor of the process to increase our reserve fund. We all know that costs are up. We live with it every single day. There's a new surprise every single day. Something costs more, and we need to really bolster that fund. My trusty iPhone calculator, dividing $425,000 by 3,327 homes is $217.17 or something. So I mean, if every single person had to pay $217 one time, that'd be $425,000 a year. But we don't have to do that. All we have to do is get 76% of the people here to say, let's get some money from a new source.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry that I can't be here on the 11th because we're flying to Indonesia Monday, and we land, they're 15 hours ahead of us, but the flight with a layover and a second flight, we land midday Wednesday, so I don't even get a Tuesday this year.
Yeah, but you'll get 2 of the days when you come back. Come back in one day.
Any other comments from the community?
Not the community, but I'd like to thank the Charitable Trust for allowing us to utilize 2 of the pop-ups that has the Charitable Trust on it. We will no longer be advertising free for Bud Light or other drinks. We will have a Charitable Trust 2 pop-ups that they are using, but they have graciously allowed management team to use those for events outside. So thank you.
Any other comments from the community? Okay, this is, thank you. I need a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
And a second? Second. Call for the question. All in favor? Aye. Meeting is adjourned.